Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Let's Play Civilization 4. In the last segment, Montezuma pretty much declared war on me out of the blue. He really shouldn't have. He had a worse enemy that was different than me, and we didn't share a lot of borders. Really just in here. So the odds of that happening were actually pretty small. I got screwed by the random number generator there, a little bit, viewers. But no worries. As you can see at the end of the last segment, I took my city back. And I'm starting to prepare to exact my revenge. Let's continue on, shall we? Turn. I'm gonna start putting up more military. Obviously, there's no choice other than to do that. In cities like this, I'll probably put out more workers like I was before. But other than that, it's gonna be military. Move. See, I'm kind of glad I pulled that chariot out of the city. If I hadn't done so, I would not have been able to retake the city with the same amount of troops that I was able to do it in the last segment. I'm going to heal up in this city. Also need to get my greenery back in here. It doesn't look like whipping. No, it would be too effective though. Chopping out. Alright. And allow this city to work more of the hammer tiles rather than this city, which is no longer working them anyway. So I'll just go ahead and do both like that. Yeah, and let's get some more chops going. Go ahead and just move myself into range of this chariot. And look, he's building up another attack force. Isn't that nice? Yeah, this, viewers, is why people hate Montezuma. He declares war on you, and he's pretty likely to do so. It's a jaguar. I have an axe here. As long as it's on the hill, it'll be a little more difficult to take care of than otherwise. Simple up in there. But jaguars are not like sword replacements. They're the Aztec unit. They're really not too impressive against axemen, so he can have that guy floating around there if he thinks it'll help his cause. It won't. Chariot's gonna be an issue, so I'll move my sword into the jungle to protect myself a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm also, yeah, I'm gonna bring Isabella into this war, and hey, she'll even give me polytheism for that trade as well. That'll make Montezuma more likely to accept peace with me sooner. Isabella might actually send units, although it's not too likely this early on. And it'll win me some points with her too, because we'll have a shared war bonus. Even though I basically bribed her to declare, but it's still a shared war bonus. And I'm gonna go ahead and trade Kodalos to him real quick too, on the cheap, because it'll raise up the trade relations being fair and forthright, and get him back to Pleiades to where he can't declare. So now my only problem on this entire section of the world is Montezuma himself. And I will, although it'll probably take a number of segments, viewers, I will take him to the woodshed for his crimes, not only against me, but players in general. And I will enjoy doing so immensely because of the stupidity in this particular game. Usually it's more fun to take him on later because he tends to be backwards. He doesn't research very well. But, you know, now's a fine time to do it too. I don't mind beating him down in the classical period if that's what it comes to. Alright. Settler. Yeah, let's get some guys in here also. And like I said, I'm gonna try to settle up here, and I'm gonna do that. Since Augustus Caesar's pleased, I really don't have to worry about my flank for the moment. Now, ideally, I take a city or two from Montezuma and then regroup, get some catapults out after civil service. You know, in fact, I'll go ahead and take that right after civil service, the construction technology, which unlocks the catapults. That should give me the necessary leg up. Okay, he's got a jaguar and a chariot moving in on Istanbul. That's not really too threatening. And you'll find that the computer does really tend to be awful at war. So I'm going to have a good kill to death ratio, even at technology parity. And sure enough, when he loses his chariot there. Looks like my pathing would be like this, to here, and then attack down. But I need more troops to have a reasonable chance of succeeding with that attempt. Alright, medieval ages, and we get to use bureaucracy. Very, very strong tech. And civil services tech that unlocks it. If you are not using pyramids and representation, bureaucracy and commerce is probably, well, it's the fastest way I've ever managed to do research, other than using the pyramids and representation of a lot of specialists. And over time, it gets pretty impressive. No, I can't show now because I went into the vault. But yeah, as you can see, instantly I'm at 98 beakers per turn here, no gold loss per turn, and 65.62 of those beakers are coming straight from this city alone, without specialists, just commerce, academy, library. And that's, in addition to that, the bureaucracy tech also lets you spread irrigation, so you can actually start using some city sites you couldn't previously because of that. And alright, this chariot's here. Oh, I get my swordsman the next turn. Okay, so I don't have to worry about losing an axe there because the sword will defend against that chariot. So like, for example, now with civil service, I can irrigate this and it will spread irrigation to, say, the rice, and it'll be more food. The tech lets you have some flexibility in terms of where you settle your cities. Now, ideally, somebody picks calendar, hooks me up. Also, once someone else gets currency, Augustus Caesar will probably be willing to trade that. And I want to trade with them. Trading with them and keeping them friendly with me, not at war, will improve the overall tech rate for the three of us. Which means when we meet people on the other continent, it's likely going to be a beatdown, and a pretty bad one. Blind Monarch. Okay. This really is a commerce city. I'm just going to put the library back in it. Hammam's the unique building for this. So it replaces the aqueduct, and it is good for happiness. In my opinion, it's a great, unique building. One of the better ones. Alright, let's end the turn. Bunching his chariots up there. That's problematic. I believe in the earlier segments I also designated this a commerce city. More riverside, more commerce, yeah. Oh no, he did. He attacked the swordsman and failed miserably because he sucks. And considering the city, is it on a hill? Yeah, it's on a hill. This city is on a hill, and also have enough defensive bonus where that chariot has really poor odds of actually defeating me while I'm defending there. So I'll just roll with that. I'm chopping out some more military, of course. I'll go on the offensive soon, viewers. Probably not in this segment, though. Also, my work returns are starting to become less tight. It's a little early, in my opinion, to start automating them. I'll probably start automating them sooner in this Let's Play than I typically do, because obviously as time goes on it'll get slower, and automating my workers will compensate that a little bit. Yeah, see, his chariot failed on its attack. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm gonna spread irrigation to get more food in this city. Leaving behind. Actually, swordsmen are slightly better defenders than axes in back cities, just because chariots move quickly, so he can strike at me with the chariot. Whereas if he tries to strike at me with anything else, I can just build more units there before he can react. Alright, my other staging point for my attack will be here. So I'm just going to go ahead and waypoint these two cities here in the interest of time. Waypointing can save you a huge amount of time. That guy settled the city there. I'm going to start whipping culture into the city to fight off Augustus Caesar's city here. Maybe even culture flip it if I can get access to enough. But for now I'm going to ignore that jungle tile then, because it's very unlikely it'll benefit me in the near future. And start improving tiles over here instead to deal with that culture. And just leave the swordsman behind. Yes. Okay. You took that crappy coastal city. I take his copper. Excellent. Alright, we're up on the 10-minute mark again, so I'm going to cut this off here. I will see you next time on Let's Play Civilization 4. Me and team signing off.